All right. Good morning, everyone. So Pete Erickson here in Arlington, Virginia, at the illustrious Voice Summit headquarters, headquarters of MoDev, actually. And I'm thrilled to be speaking this morning with Jen Lehner of Front Row Media. Good morning, Jen.
Hey, good to see you, Pete.
So Jen, you're a speaker at the upcoming Voice Summit. Thanks so much for applying to speak. But before we get started here, tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Sure. So I'm a digital marketing strategist, and I help coaches, influencers, and experts basically use social media to grow a bigger audience, grow their businesses. And I'm an adjunct professor of digital marketing at Cleveland State, and I create online courses mainly to teach people how to use the tools.
Awesome. So we met at Bradley's conference, I believe, in Tennessee.
Yep.
At the Alexa conference, which is now being rebranded Project Voice. But as a digital marketer, you found yourself at a Voice conference. Tell us a little bit how Voice has impacted the digital marketing world.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what it was when it first came across my desk. I'm always on the lookout for new technologies, new platforms, new tools that help make help us have more reach. That's what I do. So when I was first approached about this, I just thought it was a friend of mine who I met on Blab. Do you remember Blab?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I love Blab.
Blab was huge.
I wish it would come back. But so I loved Blab, and I had met Sean over there. So Sean and I had stayed connected, and he messaged me one day and he said, you should check this out. We just created a tool that will allow you to upload an Alexa flash briefing. And I was, what's an Alexa flash briefing? And he showed me. And then I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I really didn't expect much to happen with it, actually, because I didn't know what to expect, right? So I just started. I created an Alexa flash briefing, and I thought, well, what am I going to talk about? I'll talk about the news. So I'll just give social media marketing news every day, or not every day, for each broadcast. So I started doing that, and kind of to crickets. There didn't seem like much was happening. Then I got a review. I got a 1-star review on Amazon, and the person said these briefings are really good, but she never updates it, or she only updates it once a week. So I'm hearing the same thing every day, and so that's just sort of what happened. Was like sort of just through trial and error, and I was like, oh well, I better start doing this every day. So I started doing it Monday through Friday, and started getting a lot more reviews. Thank goodness they were no more 1-stars. But then I was like sort of kicking myself, like, why did I decide to do the news? This means I can't batch them and, upload them and have them, go out all the time. I've got to be there whether I'm traveling or whatever. But actually, it's been the best thing I've ever done, because what happened is incredible, is that suddenly I have a Facebook community called The Front Row. It's my free Facebook group. And all of a sudden, people have to answer questions before they come into the group. And all of a sudden, there's one question that says, how did you hear about The Front Row? And, first it'd be like 1 a day, maybe 2 a day of people saying they heard about it they found me through the flash briefing. It's like, what? These were people who did not know me for all my social media, from my email list. They did not know me. They only knew me from the flash briefing. Which I had only at that point been promoting in a very limited fashion. It wasn't like I was running Facebook ads to it or anything like that. It was just organic traffic was coming in. And I was like, wow. Then it started 5 a day, 6 a day. I was like, this is incredible. Then what started happening is those people who were signing up through my flash briefing were then becoming my customers much faster than the general population in my Facebook group. So they weren't just becoming subscribers of my content. They were actually becoming customers and clients. So that was really exciting to me. So then my ears perked up and I was like, wow. So I I wanted to do what I do, which when I find something that I love, that I see that is working, is I wanted to share it with everybody. And that's what I've been doing. I created a course. I wrote a little book. I just have been telling really everybody that whether you're B2B or you're B2C, the opportunities for getting your message out there using this incredible new platform that we have is just, well, we haven't even seen all that can come from it. But right now it's just really, really good. What I like to say is that, if I were to tell you, like I say, pretend it's 2005 and I'm telling you, you should start a podcast or you should start a blog or a YouTube channel, even better. Like, would you listen to me knowing what you know now? And the reason that I think it's good for B2B or B2C or even internally is because it's, what you know this, of course, is that it's just so easy. There's no friction. It's voice activated. And so it's just amazing.
Yeah, that's a great testimonial. I think that the fact that the flash briefing identifies your biggest champions, right? Your early adopters or people that are really on the edge. It kind of reminds me of early Twitter days. When you had a Twitter following, they were very engaged with you and would really be listening, and sort of work maybe on that frontier right now with flash briefings. That's very cool. So you applied to speak at Voice Summit, and we've accepted you onto one of our panels that's also about kind of where we're at with the forefront of voice, and that's voice commerce as well. So part of the feedback from a recent study, I think, that VoiceBot put out is that like 40% of companies say that voice commerce is very high on their list. What do you think the voice commerce space is going to hold for us here in 2019, but in the years ahead?
I think that there's so much promise there because, I don't know about you, but I order with my voice all the time. I spend money through my Alexa 3 times a day. And I found myself, I swore this was never going to happen, but I was doing that game, Song Quiz.
Yep.
Okay. So I was playing Song Quiz and I purchased I upgraded. I use, I swore I was never going to spend money on a game, in Alexa, but I did. And then, I also I listened to ocean noises. And if you upgrade, you can add layers onto like the ocean noises. You can add more sounds. I did. So, this is just like the very tippy top. And, so I'm super excited about it, but I am currently not, monetizing anything right now, but
right.
As soon as it's very easy and makes sense for me, I will be.
Yeah. And I think what's interesting is that this is the very forefront, right? People are starting to use their Alexa to do, clearly the easy things are doing reorders on your existing Amazon products, right? But I think that most CMOs and most companies know that voice commerce is coming in mass. So if you look at, the internet revolution and internet purchasing, and then the mobile revolution and mobile purchasing, and the frictionless purchasing using things like Apple Pay and other payment wallets. Well, now here we are, and the wallet is our voice. So it's about to get really interesting. I just pulled up your panel just to make sure people know when and where you'll be speaking. So it's on Wednesday from 2 to 2:45 in Tiernan Hall. That's just outside the Wellness and Event Center there at New Jersey Institute of Technology. And I know that there's going to be a coordination call with you and your co-panelists. So this panel will evolve as you all get together and talk about the panel. But I think that it's really about first mover, and that is where it's kind of where you reside related to digital marketing.
That's right. That's why my podcast, everything that I do is named The Front Row. It's because it's literal because I feel like if you literally sit in the front row at this conference, when you come, if you sit in the front row And in the center, better yet, center front row, you are going to see more. You're going to hear it better. People are going to see you that are sitting behind you. It's the best place to be. You're also saying, like, I'm all in, like I am committed to this, right? So I believe in literally sitting in the front row, but metaphorically speaking, life's too short to take a back seat. And
Right.
if you have a message and you want to share it, then this is why I love voice, is because it's the ultimate way to do that, really.
Well, it's interesting. This is our second year for this conference, right? And I think that we identified early on when we did a national tour in 2017, and most folks at that time were just trying to understand what building for voice was all about. But we looked at that data, and we could tell that there wasn't a place for everybody to come together and talk about this new emerging space. And we're thrilled to see the growth. I think we had almost 400 speaking proposals submitted. So obviously we could not accept everybody. But we're thrilled that Jen, that you're going to be joining us at the end of July. What else are you looking forward to about the conference?
Oh, it just being with all these other people who are in this space, I know that I'm going to walk away with so many great ideas that I didn't come there with. And so I'm really, really looking forward to just learning with others and learning and sharing. I mean, that's what this is all about.
It's all about, right?
Yeah. And like in, my only, I'm pretty new to this. I've only I've only had my flash briefing for, I don't know, a little over a year, but at the Chattanooga conference was my first voice conference. What was so exciting, and I know it will be the same for the conference in New Jersey, is that there's this electricity because of the newness. Like you sort of feel like you're with a bunch of pioneers, and sort of like every minute of the day, it feels like there's another update, a new announcement. So-and-so car manufacturer just announced that they're putting Alexa in cars as a standard feature. This report was just released, and it's all happening like real time because this is moving at such an accelerated pace. It's just an extremely exciting time,
Yeah.
and so that's really, I'm looking forward to just riding that wave and being a part of the energy that I know is going to be there.
Well, we look forward to having you there, and you did get our speaker packet, so you've got your unique referral code, and I'm thrilled to have you as a part of this conference because I know you'll get it out there and share it with folks so that they can have access to the conference. So Jen's going to be joining us at the end of July, July 23rd through the 25th. The URL to join is voicesummit.ai, and we're going to have over 200 sessions, hands-on workshops. Everything that you need to get into this market, or if you're in this market to accelerate, what it is you're working on. We've got some of the best brands in the world coming to be making announcements at Voice. And of course, we're sponsored by Amazon, Samsung, Microsoft, Salesforce, and a bunch of amazing other companies. We're well over 50 sponsors currently, probably on our way to 100 sponsors by the time we get to the end of July. We could not be more thrilled with the response thus far to Voice Summit. And Jen, we really look forward to seeing you in July.
Thanks, Pete. I can't wait.
See you then.